This is Dio Miko LaChance. I am Indy Pride's resident poet, and I'm here to share some poems with you for Indy Pride. This first one's called Broken Bottle. I stare down at the sidewalk as I hobble to my favorite coffee shop. All I see is concrete and broken glass everywhere. I realize we are one and the same. I have been shattered into many pieces by a force I thought would kill me, but I survived, in pieces, and I have been shattered many times since the first. I have tried to glue myself back into soda bottle, useful and able to be drunk from. It has never worked. I am left with many small holes where my insides escape me. The pressure of all the internal rushing to the external causes me to shatter again and again. Some pieces even smaller than before, some even become granular, sharp glitter lost into the ether. I finally have realized this is the wrong course of action. It makes no sense to try to become the thing you used to be when you've changed so much. So instead of trying to patch myself back together in archaic patterns, I decide to examine all of me, spread out on the concrete. I begin to make new mosaics of things I'm becoming, things I want to be, not concerned about productivity or the usefulness. My value should not be determined by how easily you can drink the sapphires from me. I am worthy as art. I am worthy as pieces. I am worthy as glass dust. And this last one is, I don't want to write poetry right now. Animal control came for this possum today. Caged it up away from the others. No enrichment, no sunlight. And I don't want to write poetry right now. I don't want to write anything right now. This possum is pacing. My brain is a constant stream of ideas and anxiety, but following through feels hollow, pointless, exhausting. And when every day is exhausting, why add unnecessary points? This possum is tired. I go to sleep at 2 a.m. if I'm lucky, 5 or 6 when I'm not. I wake up somewhere between 8:30 and 9:30 no matter when I fell asleep. Sometimes I do my morning routine. Sometimes I don't. Most days I don't remember to eat until well into the afternoon. This possum keeps starving. And I distract myself constantly, because if I don't, I'll remember how long it's been since I've hugged someone. This possum is touch-starved, and I look around my terrible room, wanting to clean, not finding the energy to do so, and I flip from idea to idea, making plans but never following through, and I hyperfixate on something really embarrassing for a few days, and sometimes I just sit, staring at my laptop, disassociating into the sun. This possum just stares, and I message my friends less than I should, kicking myself for my priorities, and I read romance narratives that don't hurt until they describe a hug, until they describe the feeling of being chest to chest with someone, feeling them breathe. This possum is so touch-starved, and I hold myself so tight I nearly bruise. And I cry because of course I cry, and I scream a little silently as not to bother the people living above me. And I watch the world moving, burning, unable to take part the way I want to. This possum screams until it can't anymore. And now most days my depression is the biggest presence in my life, bigger than me, but not every day. This possum rattles its cage. Some days I read a really good story and it has me giddy until I fall asleep. Some days I just listen to music, putting songs on repeat, planning out ideas, not getting caught up in the fact I won't write them. Some days the girl I called my wife as a teenager gets back in touch and my heart is warm. This possum is determined. Some days I sit in Google Hangouts and Discord calls, letting the distance fade just a little, just enough. Some days I stop worrying and allow myself to be whatever I need to be. Some days I clean and it's tiring, but I end up minding less than I thought I would. This possum is opening the cage door. Some days I look out the window and I know someone I love is probably looking out a window too. Today, I started writing a poem. Thank you.